Blitzen. Yeah! Yes, God! Get that out of there! Hey everybody, it's your boy Matty Rants. Thanks for tuning in to the channel. Do me a favor, hit that like button, share, and subscribe. I had to redo this review this afternoon after going to the grocery store, taking some time to think about this episode I just witnessed yesterday, and I wanted to speak a little bit more personally with you on this review level. Because my last review I did that I'm not going to share, I was so emotionally drained from this episode, I was at a loss for words to even put together my thoughts on what happened. Let's get my social medias out the way so we can get this done here, because this was a lot. Catch me at Matty Rants on both Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Bookable, and Cameo, on the Stereo app for Mondays and Wednesday podcast, and on the Airtime app. On the Airtime app, I'm partnering with Airtime for the next few months here to do 2 shows on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Tuesdays is Drag Race Chat, while Thursdays is Drag Race Trivia, where you can earn prizes, cash prizes, and we talk about hot topics. And Dooley is my co-host on Thursday, so check that out. You can also find me on Twitter at @MattyRants, and if you'd like to donate to the channel, please and thank you. It's Cash App $MattyRants, Venmo Matty-Rants, and PayPal.me/MattyRants. Let's just talk about this episode. This is not going to be a long review. I'm not about to go through the crying again. If you want to see my reaction, it's on Patreon now. And yes, I had a very, very tough time getting through this episode. Very tough time. Baby, I want my headphones for this one. This was traumatic for me to watch, this episode. A lot of this I related to growing up in my life, and I know a lot of other gay men, especially men of color or black men, especially related to a lot that was taking place with this episode. If you grew up in the church, especially, and I hate to use that a lot today, but this was traumatic. I had a very, very difficult time getting through this episode. Let's just start off. We find out that Pray Tell has now cancer, AIDS-related cancer. Basically, it's been progressing through his body. He was having night sweats the day before. He ended up with a lump from one of his swollen lymph nodes. And then they find out that he has a cancer related to his AIDS diagnosis. And of course, you know, this has set everybody up. But Pray Tell's like, you know what? I have things I have to take care of in my life. I have things I need to clear. I'm not about to spend the next 6 months being upset, doing all this type of stuff. I just want to clear some things. Pray Tell says he needs to go home and he needs to visit his mama, and also things to relate with his mother, which would be the church. And child, once I saw him roll up in that neighborhood and I felt the presence, I said, oh, here we go. It's going to be this kind of episode. Now, Pray Tell's mama is played by Anna Maria, but she was on the Wayans Brothers show. She was the security officer on there. She's one of my favorite people. But then the ladies who were with her, I'm not sure if those were his aunties or if those were just friends of his mother's from the church, but it was nice to see Janet Hubert, the original Aunt Viv from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and one of my favorite people in the entire universe, Jackie from 227, Sister Sister, and name the rest of that catalog. Good to see you, Jackie. Need you on TV more often. But they all played their roles as far as who they were in Pray Tell's life, with Janet's character being way more super Christian and very by the book. His mother is a different story. We'll get to her in a second. And Jackie is a little bit more of a freestyling baby. You know, she's at church mama, but you saw how she was dressed with her little hat and her two-way fashions. Those were mixed fabrics. But that was all good to see, and it was good to hear from Pray Tell. But he eventually tells them what is going on with him. Of course, his mother is speechless. Jackie is sitting over there trying her best to like keep a brave face, while Janet's character was very much, I knew this was going to happen, which a lot of people deal with in our community, going home and then having to have that conversation and them blaming you or the sin or whatever the hell they want to do, child, to get through this process, because they're grieving too, but not as much as you apparently. That's not even the tip of this iceberg, babies. No. Come to find out that Pray Tell's old boo thing from back in the Gap, we all had one, you know, a secret lover. This man, the AC came on in case it sounds weird, y'all. Vernon's now the pastor of the church and with Pray Tell's ex-best friend who Pray Tell told all his tea to. Child, that was such a messy scene of him talking to the pastor. You know you're gay, right? You know I've made decisions not to be. But then in the next scene, baby, his wife, Vernon's wife, is asking Pray Tell tips on how to tickle this man's booty. Excuse me, how to please this man so she can keep her husband, who is trying to not be this scent girl. But Vernon meets up with Pray Tell at the park, child, and confesses his love and that he'll leave his family for Pray Tell. We all know is bullshit, especially for those of us that are in the community. Shout out to all my babies out there who have had this situation happen. Maddie's been there several times. I'll leave my wife. I'll leave all this. I'll do all that. And you're looking like, don't do any of those things. Stay where you're at. This is a decision you made. And I can't help you write your own story, child. When I tell you, this episode was a lot for Matty to take in. I'm glad Pray Tell, while he was looking for him when he got to the bus towards the end of the episode, I was push this man away. Keep pushing him away. That was an old love. It's a long time ago. He made this decision, okay? And the conversation that Pray Tell had also with his mother and everyone else talking about being gay and this is a decision and you made this choice. No, we didn't. I don't care what anybody tells you. I don't care what bullshit's going to be in this comment section afterwards. I don't care whatever fucking lie of ignorance and shit anyone could tell me. That's garbage. And I know that from many years of me trying not to be, because I didn't want to go to hell and I didn't want all this bad stuff to happen because I was mistreated by my family members for the way I was acting. And I was put in church and had people praying over me and trying to hold interventions to remove the gay demons out of my body, child, for no reason. All the dumb stuff out of ignorance, out of things that they cannot realize or what happens, where people will allow other sins to be lower than that of one, where they're all supposed to be on the same level, okay? Believe me, I've already been through this. I've been through the conversations of a parent sitting me down and telling me all the horrible things about me. Or to be physically threatened. Physically threatened, verbally abused, been there, done that. This episode should have been called Been There, Done That. Especially for me, bitch. Traumatic. Very traumatic. The conversation with his mother. Child, the fact that there was a parent, or was it his stepdad or dad that was I'm trying to keep my video monetized here, and they like to be funny, the powers that be, but abused him in a way. And it was like his mama was allowing that to happen because she wanted to keep a husband so damn bad. And she's sitting there, I just wanted a man to be in your life. But it was like that man was in his life in a whole nother kind of way. And he tried to tell her and she wouldn't listen. The amount of trauma, the amount of girl. I know a lot of people were triggered. I know a lot of y'all were triggered this past evening. I know you were. I know you were. I send you all my love. For those of you who are crying over this episode, I was boo-hooing over so many parts. I was like, what in the Tyler Perry production is this? I swore it was like Push by Sapphire met Tyler Perry in the writing room, but like on a good day for Tyler, because you know not every day is a good day for Mr. Perry. And especially in the wig department. Oh my God. There was a lot that was happening. The situation with the pastor who still loves Pray Tell but doesn't want to come out the closet, whose wife knows about that but wants him to help her please him so he don't leave her, but he want to leave her. Then the mama is going through it knowing her child is basically on death's door and blames blames his sexuality for the problems when she was the one that was letting some man sleep with her child. Girl, and then you had these people blaming other folks, baby. I will tell you this, when Pray Tell came to the church as a favor to his mother after they made up, and that was a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful scene of the conversation his mama and him had, you know, about love. And when she asked him, you know, about God and if Pray Tell believes in him, I promise this. Oh, mama. May my mother rest in peace. Woo, when that part happened. Me and my mother had that same conversation when she called me out, I should say. And that was one of her biggest things was, I just want to know that you believe in something, son, because she's like, I feel that I can't see you going to hell knowing how much love you have and how much I love you, but I need to know that you believe in something. And I've always remained a Seventh-day Adventist, even after everything that's happened to me in my life and stuff. But, I can certainly say that church has tested my faith in people and how people react to things that they do not understand, in the way that they treat others when in this whole context of church and fellowship. People are supposed to be taking care of each other and loving each other. And there was always that confusion growing up, knowing that I knew who I was and how the church treated that and how people in the church treated it. It was like they would say one thing about fellowship and love, and then the next minute it would be a completely different person, almost demonic if we really want to go there. So pray tell, singing in that that gospel song, I was boohooing. One thing about the church that I always take with me is the music and the gospel of the music, and that really does reach out and touch me. Of course, the father, my spirit was lifted while he was singing. I felt all of it too, but I'm glad the episode ended with Pray Tell resolving his issues with his mother. Jack A's character is going to be his power of attorney, so that way, if anything happens to Pray Tell, all his wishes can be met and they don't do him dirty. Because Jack A's even like, I just don't want them to treat you bad. I don't want them to mess you over. Because that's what they would do. We saw them episodes where they were putting people in boxes, pine boxes, couldn't even identify folks. Just sitting them out there in the island, girl. Just putting them out there on Heart Island, child. This was a lot. It was a good episode, but Pray Tell leaving, the music that was playing, strumming my pain with his finger. It was all right. It was all necessary. This was a lot. This was one of the heaviest episodes I've watched. Excuse me. This is one of the heaviest episodes I've watched on Pose. This one I'm taking with me forever. The last episode with Electra and this Pray Tell one, these two really, really hit me in my spirit. So shout out to the Pose team. This is so sad this show is ending. Get a spinoff soon. Something. Get us something. Call me. Okay, I've been trying to do something with y'all babies. That's all I'm saying. Call me. Shout out to Steven. I see you on my Twitter. Thank you, friend. It's Mr. Steven Canals. Listen, everybody, what'd you think of this week's episode? This was insane. I'm sorry the camera shook a lot here. My stand is a little shaky, but thanks for tuning in, everybody. Our reviews will be back to normal again next week. Apologize for any inconvenience. This has been a busy 3 weeks for me, and it's going to continue to be busy. But I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Thank you for the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up if you haven't. Share and subscribe, and thanks for tuning in. It's your boy, Matty Rants. I will see you later on this week for more entertainment content and other things and such. Talk to you soon. Bye, everybody.